Hi everyone, my name's my name's Anita. I'm the Violet Stitcher and this is Floss Tube number 31. I've got quite a bit for you today. I've been to Stitch North, so I've got a bit of that. I've worked on quite a few whips. Oh, how many whips have I worked on? I've got, I think it's about 12. No, hang on. 15. Okay, it's 15 whips to show you, and oh no, 14 and a finished object. Yay! Oh, and some fully finished objects as well. My word, we've got everything and a start. Okay, so let's begin. For the final time, let me show you Dragon Clans by Anne Stokes. So, if you've seen my Instagram, you already know, and if you're at Stitch North, you already know. I've managed to finish Dragon Clans. Pull back. Look, it's all there. All done. Sorry, that's my cat meowing. Hello. Right, all finished. Pull it closer a little bit for you. So yeah, I started this in August 2021. And I finally finished it on I think it was the 21st of April. Let me just check. Something like that. Yes, the 21st of April at Stitch North. Like basically 20 minutes before Stitch North ended on the Sunday, I managed to finish it. I was working in this top corner here, and I'll talk a bit more about Stitch North at the end. It was amazing to start off with. It was very, very cool, and I'm so glad I went. So my table were very full of encouragement. That's the way to put it. So I said, oh no, I think I had 3,000, over 3,000 stitches left on it when I arrived at Stitch North. I thought, I'll bring it, but I'm not going to finish it. And so I told them, yes, don't get your hopes up, guys. It's not going to happen. But yes, they were very encouraging, so I did my best and completed it 20 minutes before the end. Pretty much, I did 1,476 stitches on the Friday, 1,608 on the Saturday. I don't know how I managed that. I've never stitched so many stitches in one day. And I did talk to people as well, and did some shopping, and we went out for dinner, and yeah, all that stuff. And then I did final 475 on the morning of the Sunday. Yeah, and this is all done. And I have spotted one stitch that I have missed, so I suppose technically you could say I haven't quite finished it. I think there's one here in this red dragon. I need to tack it to the wall and stare at it and check that I've not missed anything before I finally get around to washing it and then framing it. Kaylee said to me on my Instagram, "You're so close to finishing. Have you picked out a frame yet?" I'm like, what? This realistically isn't going to get framed until the end of the year, because I'm going to take it to show Anne Stokes in July for a start. And then I'm going to, I've got to get up the courage to wash it and hope that nothing leaks. And then we will get around to framing it. That is my plan anyway. So yeah, so one more look before you get to see it framed. Yeah. I can't see what you're seeing. Hang on. There we go. In all its glory. Yes. So I didn't actually ring the bell at Stitch North, but I didn't need to. Oh, excuse me. So everyone was clapping and encouraging me to stand up and show it, and so I did, and so I just, yeah, It was a little bit overwhelming, but it was good fun. So yeah, I won't show you the back, it's hideous. But, you know, it's my first full coverage. Although, having said that, my later full coverages are not any better on the back. But it doesn't matter, does it? So yeah, so that is that, and it was really cool finishing at Stitch North. Quite now every time I look at it, I'll remember what a great time I had. More about that later, or maybe little bits on the way through. Probably, know me. Just tidy my ironing board. There we go. Right. So moving on. What should we do? What should we do next? Oh yes. So now that I've done that, it's been a bit weird coming back and not stitching on Dragon Clans every day. That has been a bit odd. But I have replaced it with my next oldest whip, apart from the whip that we don't talk about that's on Aza, that only comes out once a year. My next oldest whip that we're actually realistically going to finish is Wind in the Willows by Paine Free Crafts. Let me show you what that will look like at some point. Yep, here we go. So this is what it should look like when I'm finished, probably next year, you know, almost definitely next year, or maybe a bit later, this will get done. And I have been mostly working on that rabbit in the bottom left hand corner. So this is what she looked like last time. Apologies for we had momentary sunlight, and so I got a shadow across my image there, unexpected. There's another huge project. Let me just take that picture out of the way. There we go. So just to refresh you about what it looks like. Oh, I'm gonna have to stand up, aren't I? Right, so this is Toad, obviously, in the middle here. There is some foliage and wallpaper on this side, more foliage and wallpaper on this side. That continues down the sides. I think this one is, I think that one is Mole. Ratty, I think I never got started on. This is Badger in the middle with just his feet. Ooh. And this is Rabbit. If I fold that, you can see that a bit better. There we go. So Rabbit I am now working on until Rabbit is completed. If I just move up there we go. So I have been working down this side here mostly. I've almost finished up the green part, ends at that window at the bottom, and the wallpaper all carries on down, and then she's sitting in that chaise longue affair along across the bottom there. So Markup reckons I'll be finishing that in August. And I'm quite enjoying this bit because it's full coverage, this section. So it's quite nice, carrying on with some full coverage stitching. So it's good. So yeah, I'm busy putting 200 stitches into that every day. And we should see some good progress. Okay, next one. Sorry, I'm a little bit disorganised. Oh, no change there then, I suppose. There we go. What's next? I will show you. So this was another of my Stitch North travel companions, which I stitched on the plane and on the train journeys as well. This is Dragon with Lighthouse. Where is it? This is what it will look like when it's finished. It is by Alexandra Zamorina, something like that. And this is where I was at last time, and she got quite a lot of love. It's always a bit crumpled. There we go. So yeah, I've done more of the dragon. I think I've completed the dragon actually. There might be a little bit of backstitching, more backstitching required. There we go. And I've been doing, I did the shells coming down and these ribbons, little ribbon bits. Yep, and trying to keep up with the backstitch as I go because I couldn't stand to do it all at the end. That would drive me nuts. So yeah, it's doing very well. I'm at 94% complete, so I think there's only another 200 stitches or so that need to be done, and then this is finished. And I'm really, really liking it, and it's a shame this one's going to be a gift. I don't want to give it away. Anyway, this is one of the needle minders I got. I think it was in the swag bag, this one. There you go. Oh no, that's not gonna... Ah, the tiniest needle minder ever, but it's perfect for doing these tiny cross stitches. Sorry, yeah, Stitch North swag bag. So yeah, that's that one. Let's put that away. Sorry, I've still got a bit of a cold. When I did Stitch North, that was wonderful, and then we travelled to Montreal, and unfortunately, when I got to Montreal, I realised I was really quite ill. I had a fever. I was coughing, and my head was. I think I had a sinus infection, and I'm still just recovering from that at the moment. So that's probably why. That'll be why I'm sounding a bit bunged up. So yeah, but finally recovering now. So that's that one. Okay, what have we got next? Another dragon. So, oh yeah, this is a sticker that came, I can't remember if this came in the swag bag or someone brought it round. I think this was in the swag bag by, I think it was Monkey and something, and they also had some nice floss drops. I've just littered my stuff with Stitch North goodies now. So this is Dragon Beauty, which I'm attempting to get finished this year. If I don't, I will be very close. This is Thread Geeks Anne Stokes, no longer available unfortunately. And this is where I was at last time, concentrating on that lovely purple rose. And now we have pretty much finished that rose. Just have a little bit, this bit left to do at the bottom here. So I'm trying to get 2,000 stitches in a month-ish. I think if I do that, I will finish by the end of the year, but it's going to be tricky, especially when it gets to December, to find the time to do that. So I'm not pressuring myself. If it gets done, it gets done. So yeah, it's quite cool. I'm getting into some nice green colours as well for the leaves down here. Oh yeah, it's looking good. That is, oh sorry, I should say, that is 1/1 25 count on 25 count. Freesia. It's Freesia. Another purple and blue fabric from Chromatic Alchemy. They do other colours, honest. It's just that I just buy the purple and blue ones. Very much. Okay. That is now at 41%. Yeah, I'm not even halfway through, so might not get done. That one right, yeah. So Nora Corbett. What is this one called? Oh yes, Red Cabbage Sprite. This is sort of what it will look like when it's done, although I am changing skin colour, hair colour, and obviously background fabric. This is where she was at last time. And this is where she's at now. I decided to give her a head. And yeah, so and also I did some of the back stitching on her antenna, and I'm not sure what that is. Thing, swirl, and on her tattoo, where is it? There. Tattoo there as well. That's coming. I did that, and a bit more of her dress. So I think it's just dress now left to do. Her dress and tail and tail. No, it's just dress and legs, isn't it? She doesn't have a tail. Oh yeah, quite liking her. She is at, where is she at? Approximately 70%, something like that. Just close that one. Next one is, I haven't touched this since I started it, and this is what's it called? Dragons, a field guide. There we go. And this is it's a stitch along, and this is how much has been released so far. This is by Climbing Goat Designs, yeah. And so yeah, she's released 4 dragons. I haven't even managed to stitch the 1 dragon yet, but I put another 200 stitches into it. This is something I'll try and complete next year. This is where I was last time, and this is where I'm at now. I put in some a different green down this dragon, so it's looking a bit more dragon wing. And this is on 25 count 1/1. Sorry. Spring at Lakeside by Chromatic Alchemy. It's not recommended to do it 1/1. She does have some fractional stitches, but I'm hoping to fudge them because that makes this pattern a lot smaller and more manageable. Oh yeah, hopefully I'm sounding a bit louder this time. Let me know if I'm too loud. I've moved the microphone closer, and I will try and speak a bit louder, because I couldn't work out how to make it louder by pressing buttons. So we'll go with the old-fashioned way. Cool. Oh yeah, that's that one. Probably going a bit fast, sorry. The next one I worked on, probably not the next one I worked on, but another one that I worked on is, what's this one? Fairies, isn't it? Yeah. So I am putting together a name in fairy letters for my granddaughter. I'll show you what it looks like, but it doesn't look like this. This is obviously a different name, and that's what it would look like. But this is where I was at last time. I was on the R fairy, who I said was looking a bit like a sweet corn fairy, but she's now complete. So we are. Yes, I am aware that they are wonky, but it is too late to fix it, so we are going with how it is. So we've got the Z, the A, R, I, and I just got the final A to do. So I've tried to put a bit of variety in my fairies. So this one is pale skin, brown hair. This one is obviously a bit like me. Brown skin, dark hair, all in purple. Sweet corn fairy has red hair. Eye fairy is a blonde. And so I'm open to suggestions for what the final A should be. Otherwise I'll just random pick some colours. So yeah, if you've got suggestions, please let me know. Yeah, and then that I'll be very close to being finished this month with that one. Or maybe, actually, have I already stitched on? It might be next month that I get around to doing that. Anyway, it just needs to be done by the end of the year when her birthday is. Not that she'll notice, because she's not even 2 yet. Oh, where am I going to put all this stuff? There we go. That was also 1 over... Oh no, it's not. It's 2 over 2, isn't it? On... I think that's Freesia as well. Yeah, 2 over 2 linen Freesia by Chromatic Alchemy. Chatelaine. So I have been not keeping up with my 100 days of Chatelaine, but it has prompted me to work on it a bit. So do I have a picture? Yes, there we go. So that's what it will look like when it's finished, more or less. But I am probably changing some things and colours and stuff. And this is where I was at last time. So I was... Oh, is that right? Yes. So I was doing the black work for the top. Oh, let me take this out of the frame. Which way around is this? Yes, this way around. And I have completed the wave at the top. So there you go. Can you see that? Oh, hang on, it's see-through. Let me put the bag behind it. That's better. Yeah, that wave was a nightmare. Did not... I've got too many lights on, haven't I? Could I turn that one off and this one on? Bright. Ooh. There we go. Okay, let's try that again. Oh yes, that's better. Right, cool. So, move microphone. Oh, I'm so unprofessional. There we go. So yeah, that wave was a nightmare. I'm pretty sure there's like a billion mistakes in it. And I've got to do it again on the other side. But moving over to... Why is it not liking this? Oh, there we go. Moving over to this wave on the side here. Much nicer. Really like that one. And I've started the next wave down. So these... It turns out I hadn't realised, but the black work in the waves are all different. So the top ones are different to the side ones. These two are the same. Bottom ones will be different again, etc., etc. as you go around. So that's good. So these ones are a lot less dense, the black work. So that got done quicker. And I'm glad that I've replaced the outline thread to something less pale, darker. There we go. So that's the right word. And I've noticed that, so it's a bit hard to see in the instructions, but I think you are supposed to outline the bottom here as well, where it goes at the top. But I have seen, with a chatelaine, you end up Googling the pictures and examining what other people have stitched, and some people haven't stitched that section there. So I'm in two minds about whether to go back and do it. I think I will. Because it kind of cuts it off from the black work, separates it out. So I think I will go back and outline it again. So anyway, I'm really enjoying it. I didn't take it to Canada though, because it's just, Although obviously I took all my stitching on my carry-on because you don't let your stitching out of your sight. I didn't, there's just too many expensive flosses. And I did not want to have to, you know, if it got lost, I did not want to have to go and source those again. So it stayed at home, safe. So yeah, I will continue stitching on that. I'm looking forward to my Chatelaine retreat in, is it in June or July? In the summer, there we go. I've got it in my calendar. I know what I'm doing. So yeah, that's that one. Well, I'm intrigued about the Queen City Stitch retreat for next year. I think they're doing 2, and one of them is a Chatelaine retreat, and I'm trying to work out if it's feasible to go. Yeah, I'm trying to. What have I got? Oh, yeah, I'm trying to work out whether it's feasible to go. So I'm still pondering that one. But yeah, that's that one. Next. Oh yeah, new start. So I've got a couple of new starts. This was my latest one, which I started, was it yesterday, day before yesterday, something like that. Oops, got my floss everywhere. And it's of dragons and apples. And this is what it will look like. This is by Quaternion Creations. I think that's how you say it. Yeah, this is one of her dragon ones, and I will stitch the other one once I finish with this one. And I have done a middle start, so I got to start on the big dragon in the middle. And I changed the colours. So rather than the 310, I'm using Midnight that Kaylee dyed me. So it's a, here it is. Is that going to focus? Yeah, there we go. So it's a very dark blue with a very slight variegation. It's lovely. So I reckon I've got enough of that to do the what would have been 310. And then this is 154. I've just realised it's flowers. It's some flowers. Yeah, I hadn't realised that while I was stitching it. I was, oh, this is just random squares. No, it's flowers, isn't it? Oh, it's really pretty. So yeah, that's 154, and then I'm going to be doing what is red in some sparkly silver Chromatic. Oh yeah, and this is on Nerus, which is 25 count evenweave Chromatic Alchemy. Yet another blue fabric. So yeah, I've put about 200 stitches into that. A nice stitch, that is. Yeah, that'll come out well. So that's that one. Yep. Oh yeah, another Nora Corbett. I also took this one with me. Oh look, we got given a badge, a Canadian Moose badge. I think someone was going around giving out badges, and yeah, got one of those. That was cool. Obviously, it's on my Mermaid. Does that make sense? Oh no, where is she? Why is she not in here? Did I put her in here? Oh, I did. Okay, that's because I was carrying her around. Right, so S Mermaid. Oh, I don't have the picture. Okay, so S Mermaid looks like that. It's one of the Nora Corbett Mermaid letters. Only I'm changing colours. Some of the colours. And this is where I was last time. So I hadn't, oh, that's a bit zoomed in, isn't it? So I've done the tail. Oh, let me take the hoop off. Let's go back into the larger one now. Yeah. So yeah, that's where I was last time, and this is where I am now. If I just pull out the creases a bit, I did a fair amount. I did this on stitches on the way to Niagara Falls in the coach, which was possibly a mistake because it was not quite as smooth as I thought. And doing 1/1 on 25 count in a vehicle is it's a little bit, yeah. You're like, am I getting my needle in the right place? There we go. But still, I got some done. And so I've started on her skin. I think I've done all of her tail now, and that bottom S is done, and that bottom border is done. And so I'm moving up to the top. How far are we through this? Approximately 40% markup reckons, but it hasn't picked out everything, so I think I'm possibly a bit further on than that. But I've still got hair to go and face and all that, more border and S. But yeah, I'm really liking how the colours are coming out, and hopefully my friend will too. It is a lot smaller than the bee mermaid I did. I hadn't realised quite how different they were in sizes. But it fits nicely on this, I think, my remaining piece of Triton from Sparklies. Put that in the right bag and I won't lose it. Oh, no, I don't. There we go. Oh, shedding bits of floss everywhere. Okay, next one. What is this one? Oh yes. So I'm doing I'm trying to touch every whip mania in May. I'm not sure I'm going to manage it, but it did mean that I pulled out this one, especially as I'm starting new things. I pulled out this one that I haven't worked on all year yet. I don't know, well, it's really sad because actually it's excellent fun. So this is by Autumn Lane Stitchery. Why am I blanking on that? Yeah, no, I'm right. Autumn Lane Stitchery. Dark Queen of the Sea. I'm several years behind. So this is what she'll look like when she's done. I am making some alterations as I go. This is where it was last time. Yes, I'd started on the fish and I have added more purple. Did I do more fish? Yes, a little bit more fish as well. So slow going. There are about a ridiculous number of stitches in this. Over 30,000 stitches left on this one. So this is going to take me a few years at the rate I'm going. And I am stitching on Dulcet by 28 count, so 2 of 2 Chromatic Alchemy, yet another blue and purple piece. Yeah, loving. I really like it. There's some huge blocks of purple colour at the bottom where let me go back to where her tentacles are. So I'm trying to work downwards and do a bit at the bottom, a strand at the bottom, a strand of purple, a strand of something else. Not that I'm going to get bored of stitching purple, but yeah, of all the colours that could be block, and I wouldn't worry about it. It's purple. But yeah, just to make sure I get a bit of variety. Yep. Oh yes, I worked on this as well. This is a dragon by Anne Stokes called Sky Queen. This is from the World of Cross Stitching. This is what it'll look like when it's finished. It's January some year, can't remember. Stitching this with Nithya from Daybreak Stitchery. Not sure how far she's got. Anyway, this is where I was last time. And now I have moved on to the next page. So I've completed the first page here and I'm moving up here to this one. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that I've counted that correctly and it will fit. I think it'll be fine. But there are still quite a few stitches left to do. This is, oh, it reckons I've done 49%. Oh, that's cool. I didn't think I was that far along. Yeah, because I think that the other wing is on more of an angle, isn't it? Let's have a look. Yes, so you don't have to stitch all of that wing. No, 49% seems about right then. This is, I think it's Unicorn Farts by Chromatic Alchemy. Yet another blue and purple fabric. Although look, it has pink in it. Yeah? Yeah. Oh no, it's another blue and purple. You don't realise until you actually end up showing them all that I mostly stitch on blue and purple fabric. So another new start. I finally got round to starting Dragon Planets. Ah, and it's amazing. Planet Dragons, that's what it's called, that's why I can't find it in my list. Here we go. So this is by Rob Carlos. It's a Heaven and Earth design. Oh, this is, oh no, who is this from? I can't remember, but that was from Stitch North. It was either, I don't think it was in the swag bag, I think someone came round and gave it out. But I can't totally remember because there was so much stuff. Yeah, so that's lovely. Apparently this is supposed to be ring bling, so I'm using it wrong. So I'll rectify that. But anyway, this is the stunning piece of fabric that Sam from Chromatic Alchemy, let me get this right round. Yes, that's right round. Painted for me. Look. Oh, let me remove that image and you can see it better. Oh, sniffly nose. Look at the lovely fabric. Oh, it's amazing. Anyway, so my start is in the middle as usual. So I've started, this is the Jupiter dragon. And, oh, I loved it. There was, it's not quite as confetti hell as I thought it might be. So I've got some, I can actually make some progress on a few colours, which is great. So I'm looking forward to getting properly stuck into this one at some point, probably depending on how I do my schedule for next year. I'll make some time for this. I just love this fabric. Thank you very much, Sam, if you watch my channel. Yeah, I might ask you to paint me some more, some other custom designs. Yeah, so that's that one. Right, I'm just going to hide and blow my nose, so excuse me for a second. Okay, that's better. Right, another Heaven and Earth piece. I worked a little bit on Spirit of Flight by Josephine Wall. Isn't she lovely? This is where I was at last time. Not very far. And I haven't got much further, but I've got to keep plodding along with these full coverage pieces. There we go. We're still in the middle, obviously, and can you even tell the difference? Oh yeah, there we go. I've done some more confetti at the top, haven't I? I was trying to work some threads in without putting any new ones in, because I think I have something like 40 hanging, well they are hanging, but parked, 40 parked threads. So I was trying to work them in, and rather than getting some more, with some success. So yeah, working on that. Oh look, Dragon Clan Needleminder, it lives on. This project will take me forever, so it'll be on there for a while. So I think I put another 500 stitches into that. That's 1/125 count, as is all my full coverage. Max colour is what that one is. Right, another dragon. I've been too long without a dragon. This is Fantasy Dragon. Rolled a cross stitch. I think it's July or something. Anyway, it looks like that there. And it's not on a purple fabric, it's on a brown fabric. This is where I was last time. I think I'm about maybe halfway now, something like that. Backstitching as I go, because then you get a bit more definition, it looks more dragon-like. So this is where I'm at now. So I put another, was it 200 or so stitches in, and I've also put some more backstitch around his front leg here, and a bit on his wing on his wing and body coming up here. Just trying to make that look. I'll bring it closer for you. There you go. So yeah, yet more green, continues onwards, and this is on 1/125 count. What did I? Oh, I haven't. That's right. This is the one that I didn't get around to putting a name on before I forgot about it. But yeah, it's quite nice. Hopefully I'll get these World of Cross Stitch ones finished before she brings out another one. Let's see. Oops, I forgot to put the... Sorry, do this, otherwise I'll lose things. Maybe that's not too noisy. Oh, is that it? Oh, that might be the end. Yes. Oh, I think it is. Cool. All right. In that case, let me just take down that image. I'll just tell you a bit about Stitch North that I haven't told you about. So so I've been talking to Kaylee beforehand, and I think I had a sudden panic about 3 or 4 days beforehand, and the thought of walking into that room, because I knew there's about 300 people who go to one weekend in Stitch North, and I was like, oh, I'm not sure I can do it. Walk into a huge room and not know anyone and not know where to sit or anything like that. So I panicked and messaged Kaylee and said, where are you sitting? Can I sit next to you, please? And so she very kindly organised it all for me. So she was a vendor, so didn't actually get around to sitting with us very much, but she was saved a seat at table 23. And messaged them and asked if I could sit there. So sorry, cat's distracting me. When I got there, they kindly let me sit with them. They were all very welcoming and lovely. So that was that was a nice relief, and I quickly settled in, so that was great. So at my table there was Denise, who is D Stitcher on Instagram and Floss Tube. I'll link these people below. Kaylee came and joined us for a little bit. Kaylee Tent Stitch. Pam from Pam's Crafty Corner. Varney, who I already had been watching. I didn't even know she was going to Stitch North. She's from Thread the Needle. And Maria, Stitching Diva. I don't think she has a Floss Tube. And Doris, who I think has neither Floss Tube nor Instagram. But she was quite funny. I also had the pleasure of running into Jade, the 310 Stitcher, Alera, Alyssa, yes, and Karen from the Stitching Owl. I'll link these guys below. There was also a small exchange. Oh, I meant to do a picture, but I have a video. I managed to remember to do a video beforehand, so I'll put that in at the end of this one. A little video of my small that I gave. I've never done a smalls exchange before, so I wasn't really entirely sure what to do, but hopefully it was okay. And it ended up going to Barbara, who has a floss tube called Stitch Brat, which I haven't investigated yet, but I will be doing so. And my small that I picked up came in this lovely bag. This is what I picked it. I'm a judge it on the cover kind of a deal. And she had stitched, is it Kelsey? Let me just check. Yes, Kelsey had stitched this beautiful Goldilocks tiny modernist drum. I don't own a drum, but looking at this now, I'm thinking, oh, that's how you make one. So that's quite cool. I might attempt seeing what other. So apparently, Tiny Modernist also has some other fairy tale stitches. So I might do some of the other ones so that this one can have some companions. Oh, it's lovely. Yeah, really love that. Thank you, Kelsey. And there was some other goodies in her bag as well. So yes, I will be enjoying that. There was a stitch. No, what words do I want? A grab bag, swag bag, with lots of stuff. There's probably a ton of other. I know there are a ton of other floss tubers have been through it, but I will do it anyway. Oh, that's where that floss is. Oh, right. So there was also vendors. So I bought. There was a company that I've never heard of before called Bryn and Neddle. I keep wanting to call them Needle, but they don't have the right letters for that. And I bought some purple and blue. They have some very strange names on for their flosses. They're quite cool. So I bought some purple and blue flosses. Is that gonna? There we go. Look at the speckling. I really like that. And I could have. Roxy Floss were also there, and I just bought things for other people. But I could have sworn I picked out a ton of purple floss from Roxy Floss, but I cannot find it anywhere. So either I had a spurt of willpower and put it all down again, or it'll turn up and it'll be like Christmas. And we're like, oh, a lovely present from past me. Anyway, what else did I get in my bag? Oh yes, so I had a bag from Varney, so that was very nice. Had some chocolates in it and a notepad, and that was all lovely. There were these, don't know, Stitch Toolbox gave out some little notes that you can put with your finished pieces. There's another notebook, very nice. Pam made crocheted some little mug rugs and coffee cozies. Thank you very much, Pam. What else have I got in here? Mine stuff's all random. I cannot remember who this came from. but they're very nice. I love these stickers. Now I use an electronic Book of Days thing, but I'm sure I can put the stickers somewhere. There was a oh yeah, that's who the sticker came from I Survived Stitch North. Brennan Neddle also gave us a tiny modernist chart, which I won't bring out, which was Quaker Lobster. Was it tiny modernist, or do I mean Darling and Whimsy? Oh dear, what do I mean? It must be Darling and Whimsy, right? Yes, because they do the Quaker, the tiny Quakers, and so I've got some flosses, which is quite nice. Cool, look forward to stitching that. What else? There was got some patterns. Shakespeare's Peddler teacups. Not usually my thing, but of all the ones that they do, the teacups one is possibly the best. Apart from scissors, I would have quite liked scissors. Yeah. Anything else? There were loads of things, but I've rearranged and moved some things. I've got this pattern from Schoolhouse Samplers. Oh, there was we've got the Stitch Your Own Name badge, which I think I will do because it'll be quite cool to take that to retreats. I mean, not that I'll remember to bring it to my retreats, but yeah, I should at least attempt to do that. Oh, and there was also, there we go, that's the tiny modernist one. Also a teapot. I ended up with a lot of teapots, which is, yeah, a little bunny and teapot, which is quite cute. I think that was mostly it. Oh no, I got some thread beds as well from people. So that was lovely. Never had a thread bed before, but they're quite useful. Then I bought some stuff. So yeah, Kaylee was there with her shop. She was overrun with people buying her stuff, but Varney and I cleverly offered to unpack. So we got first pick of her things. So actually, it wasn't intentional. I was just, you know, obviously I was just being nice. So I got this lovely bag. How wonderful is that? So whenever I'm stitching something for Matt, it can go in the Dalek bag. I also couldn't resist getting some fabric, and yeah, most of it is blue and purple. That's my thing. So this one is 25 count. Does it say jubes? Something like that. And look how lovely it is. Oh, amazing. Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I don't know. Fairy or a mermaid or something like that, or probably a dragon, like me. Then I got some 28 count. This one is again bluey purpley. So yeah, I might do. Oh, I was trying to persuade Maria to that we could. She got a similar piece, but in 16 count, and I was trying to persuade that we could do a Bella Filipina on that. And there you go. Look, I picked out something that was a different colour. It's got orange in it. Yeah, beautiful. So that one I was thinking hummingbird fairy would look really good on that. And I think she fits, I'll have to check. So yeah, those are my purchases. I thought I was quite refrained. now I can put it all away. That's cool. Did I mention everyone? I think I did. Oh, I also spotted Jen was sitting in the table. Jen, the back country stitcher, was sitting on the table next to me, but I wasn't quite brave enough to go over and say, "You look familiar," and that's because I've been watching your floss tubes. But yeah, there we go. But I had a great time. Went to see straight after Stitch North. Matt and I went to see Niagara Falls. Beautiful. I mean, because I've never been to Canada, and I've never been to Niagara Falls on the American side either. No, it was really stunning. Definitely recommend it if you're anywhere near Toronto, and I think the Canadians have the best side. And we were trying to remember, when in Superman 2, is it filmed? I always thought it was filmed on the American side, but it's not. we went back and watched it again and went, oh, yes, it is obviously on the Canadian side because the view is better. So yeah, that was quite funny. Didn't spot Superman though. He wasn't there, and neither was Lois. So yeah, that was cool. And then we took a train to Montreal. That was when I started feeling ill. So unfortunately, I didn't see much of Montreal, which was a real shame. But they had, for some reason, upgraded our hotel room, which was perfect for me to be ill in. So I just sat there watching Floss Tube, watching Stargate, and stitching. And then Matt went out occasionally and picked up some lovely food and brought it back to the hotel room. So I think I ate poutine 2 days in a row because I wanted to try it and it was so good. I'm like, well, I'm ill, so my excuse is to have that again. So I did, and it was lovely. So yeah, you wouldn't have thought it. The Montreal part of Canada was really good for gluten and dairy free. We found this whole patisserie and it was totally vegan and gluten free. I had the best croissant, and we went there twice. Just once on the Wednesday and then on the Thursday just before we flew home. Yeah, no, amazing place. And so I might have to go to, if I ever go to Stitch North again, which I really would like to, but unfortunately I can't really afford to go every year, so won't be going next year. Maybe 2026. I think that's a doable thing. Go in 2026. We might have to go to Montreal again, or maybe fly into Montreal and then go to Toronto, so that when I get ill, inevitably from the huge number of people in Stitch North, I'll at least be on the way home at that point and won't miss out on holiday. But no, it was the best place to be ill. I had a really nice hotel room, and yeah, my partner brought me food, which was lovely of him. And he said he didn't mind not doing much either, so that was cool. I think that was it. Yeah, I had a fantastic time. Everyone was lovely. As I, internally I expected that. That's the Canadian stereotype. And they were indeed very lovely, but very pushy as well. I told them this because they were like, "Come on, Anita, you can finish that Dragon Clans." I'm like, "I don't think so. That means I have to do over 1,000 stitches every day." But somehow I managed it, and that was that was really cool. Oh, I have a picture of my table. Here we go. That's my table mates. They all had, yeah, they were all lovely. So that was that. Yeah, what else do I need to say about that? I don't know. You should go if you get the opportunity to go to Stitch North. I fully recommend it. Yeah, even if you don't know anyone and you end up sitting on a random table with a bunch of Canadians, it's all good. They're all nice. So yeah. So thank you very much for watching. I've got some new viewers. That's lovely. Welcome, and I hope you've made it to the end of this. Oh, almost an hour long. It will be an hour long by the time I put my extra video on the end. So yeah, so thank you very much for watching. Happy stitching. Hope you're all well, and I will speak to you in about a month's time. Okay, bye for now. Hey everyone, it's Anita, the Violet Stitcher. I'm just doing this quick recording before I go to Stitch North. I have made a couple of gifts for people. So first of all, this is the Bristol Berries 2, and I have managed to put it together. I'm not entirely happy with this. I think the top should have been a bit smaller, but it's growing on me, so I think it'll be fine. I attached a nice metal button, and I made some of these pins at the top here to match. Not those ones, but these ones. And with a 2024 charm on it, just because I thought it would look nice. Yeah. So anyway, I'm quite pleased with this Bristol Berry. I'll be making myself one probably this year, I expect, but probably smaller, half the size. I won't do 2 over 2 on 25. I'll do 1 over 1. So yeah, so that's that one done. And I also made a little gift for Kaylee Tent Stitch. This is, Struth, I've forgotten the name of the... I will say on the Floss Tube what this pattern is. I think it's like tiny dragon in a bottle, tiny bottle with dragon, something like that. Anyway, I've made it into sort of key fob thing, so that you can attach it to your scissors. And I had some dragon fabric, and I managed to fussy cut the tiny red dragon on the back of it as well. So I thought that's really quite cute, and I might end up making one for myself. There was so much back stitching in this tiny dragon. It was ridiculous. It was more back stitching than cross stitches, I swear. Anyway, he's all done now, so hopefully Kaylee likes it. Yeah, so I just wanted to... Anyway, yeah, that's that video done, and back to normal Floss Tube Anita. Bye.